Today, I sit here with a tinge of pride. I have with me Garima Kapoor, a woman entrepreneur, okay, the one who had her startup, say, 3 years back, okay. But then she came up with a brilliant idea, and let's hear it from Garima herself. Rather, I would want Garima to demonstrate to us what we are going to talk about it, because seeing is believing. Garima, over to you.
Hi, Ekta. Thank you for having us here. I'm Garima. I am the co-founder of Plantables, which is an Agra-based brand. Uh, this brand started out, the idea of the brand started out in 2016, basically, when my husband and I, we were getting married and we were looking out for wedding cards for our own wedding.
Okay.
And at that time, there were not a lot of options available in an eco-friendly, for eco-friendly wedding cards, basically. So we came across this idea of a plantable wedding card. And that kind of led to the whole process of working with seed paper, where we ended up making our own cards using this special paper. So I'll tell you about this paper. This paper is basically a plantable paper. This is made of waste cotton scraps. So this is wood free. That is one aspect of the paper. It is wood free. It is made of pulp that is made from cotton scrap and not wood. Okay, so it's a wood free paper. And along with that, it has seeds of small plants embedded in it, like plants like basil, marigold, tomatoes, chili, anything small basically that can be embedded neatly into the paper, so that printing and using that paper after the drying of the paper is easier to do. So that's why we use small seeds in this paper. A couple of years back, basically 2019, that was pre-COVID mostly, we started making flags using seed paper, because the concept of using flags in India especially during the national holidays, is quite popular. But sadly, there's a lot of prevalence of plastic flags or plastic-based materials that are used for making flags across the country, which inevitably end up in landfills. And even though there's a very strict regulation with regards to the Flag Code of India, the disposal of flags during these national festivals is something that is quite embarrassing, because it just gets thrown away, and plastic is, of course, is not biodegradable, it is not decomposable, and just lies around across the streets all across the country.
Yes.
So the idea was to make flag which is plantable. So after the ceremonies are done, after the functions are done, people who are using these flags can simply wet this paper and plant it in under a thin layer of soil. So all you have to do is, like,
so you are getting the pot of soil as well. Yes.
So I'll just show you gently how it is done. So this is the flag, and you have the instructions also mentioned on the back of the flag. All you have to do is basically just wet this paper, so that the ink starts bleeding out and the paper gets moist. And because this is the seeds in the paper start hydrating, you just place this wet piece of paper under a thin layer of soil. Burying the flag or planting the flag respectfully and in soil is completely in compliance with the Flag Code of India. We are in no way disrespecting the flag, or we are in no way harming the flag, because this is being done very, very respectfully. And after you do this, the plants, the seeds which are there in the paper, they start germinating in about 2 to 3 weeks, which is the general germination time for small seeds like basil, marigold, flowers, and vegetables mostly. So after you place it in soil, just make sure that you hydrate it regularly, basically just a little spray of water every day, and just place it in light sunlight, as you would do for any regular seed that you would plant. And instead of adding to the landfills, your flags that you used for the National Day for celebrating India in all its glory can grow into the respective plants which are there in the seeds of the paper.
All right, that's so amazing. It's a brilliant idea, Garima. I must say, many of us might be aware of it, but seeing it live was something, and this is such a good way to be giving respect to our flag. Now, just tell me something. How you in fact told how you started with it, but how this idea of flag came into being, and any challenges that you face during this journey of yours.
So the concept of plantable flags basically started, as soon as the brand itself started picking up pace, actually, because flags are because we're dealing with paper-based products. We're making goods and stationery, which can be just simply uh, planted with respect
Yes.
without adding to the landfills. When we when in 2019, so our brands, actually, we started out in December of 2018. So around Independence Day, about a month or so before
Mhm.
Independence Day of 2019, there was the idea that we can use this paper to make flags for functions and for organizations, for schools
Yes.
who regularly use this paper, and who regularly use flags for their various functions and everything.
Hmm.
So we can use this paper to make these flags came into being, basically, so that it can be
Hmm.
used respectfully. It was just a replacement of the plastic flags, which is generally a very popular norm, which we
Yes.
have also
Um,
sadly used as kids growing up
of
in
course.
schools and all of that.
Of course.
So when we started floating this idea around, there were a lot of NGOs, school organizations, corporates who started showing an interest in plantable flags, because they needed
Okay.
that for their gatherings,
Hmm.
for their functions, for their ceremonies, etc.
Hmm.
So that is how basically the concept started picking up,
Hmm.
and so this uh, over the years, for the past
Hmm.
2 3 years, as far as the seed paper, as far as plantable flag
Yes.
journey, or that particular specific product is concerned, we had a really great run in 2019, during the Republic Day of 2020. But
Okay.
sadly, because this concept depended a lot on gatherings and celebrations of that sort,
Yes.
as COVID started setting in, when restrictions started coming up. So
Hmm.
definitely the sale of flags took a downturn during that particular period,
Okay. Hmm.
because even though people wanted to go the eco-friendly way,
Hmm.
gatherings, of course, were restricted. Work from home was implemented, so there were no office
Hmm.
organizations. The schools were had all gone online,
Yes.
so there were no school ceremonies. Also, that was it.
Hmm.
So that was like that. COVID was actually the only challenge that was there in as far as plantable flags are concerned. Otherwise, the concept itself is extremely popular, and it is like uh, like
Yeah.
for every year, for every ceremony, every national festival, we get a really good response for these particular items, as long as gatherings and things are allowed.
Okay. And
Apart
you
from
are
that,
doing
apart
it.
from flags, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, tell me.
Yeah. You are doing it online completely.
Yes, completely.
All right. And operating.
So we have an
Yes.
e-commerce platform called
Yes.
plantables.store,
Huh.
and we also sell on Amazon, on
Okay.
LBB, on various other partner platforms, of course.
Okay. So
So, but
what?
mostly it is through our website and direct sales.
All right. So apart from the flags, what all products you have? Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. I
I'm
just
sorry, there
said.
was a call. Yeah,
Okay. I just said apart from the flags, what all products you have?
sure. So a major part of our work revolves around wedding cards. So we have a
Huh.
wide range of wedding cards, some really beautiful items. I can show you a couple of pieces. So these the wedding cards again are featured all on our website, which is
Hmm.
plantables.store.
Hmm.
And the concept of wedding cards again is like nobody's going to save your wedding cards at the end of the day,
Yeah.
except for you, like the bride and the groom and the parents of the bride and the groom. Nobody else
Hmm.
is going to keep the wedding invites, let's be
Yes.
clear.
Right. Hmm.
So instead of throwing away your guests can simply plant the card and wet the card and plant it. We've had beautiful stories from customers who
Oh,
received images of friends and relatives growing tomatoes out of their wedding cards, the chilies out of their wedding cards, growing beautiful marigolds out of their wedding cards,
yeah,
which itself is a beautiful reminder of the ceremony and the occasion that the people celebrate,
absolutely,
which is the wedding, which is the wedding of two
absolutely.
people. And apart from that, we have a wide range of calendars and stationery products. So like
Ah,
this is
okay,
a particular calendar that we did
okay,
for
yeah,
a bank from Bahrain.
okay.
So
So, and
again,
all of
since
them
we're
are
doing this
seeded papers,
naturally,
right?
sorry,
All of them are seed papers.
yes, yes, completely.
Okay.
So we are doing a lot of calendars for different corporates, brands, even our own brand, like Plantables has its own range of calendars, which we do, where we also have artist collaborations every year. So there are a lot of calendars. Then there are a lot of stationery items like notebooks, and then there are gift kits and bags. There are these are small balls. I'll just open one and show it to you. These are
Oh,
seed balls. So this is made using cotton paper again, but it is I'm sorry, this is right. So these are small balls that can be just planted. So this particular ball that I'm showing you is this has carrot seeds in it.
okay, okay, yeah.
Okay, so this is a part of a corporate order basically that I just show you. So like these are small balls which have seeds of different types of seeds. So this one has carrots in it. We also have brinjals, radish, different types of vegetables basically
Oh,
that corporates. So this can be added to gift kits or to holy hampers because these are very colorful balls. And so this can be used in various ways. Again, to spread the idea of sustainability, plantation, and greenery all around.
of course, I think that makes for one of the best gifting items as of now. So, thank you, Garima, for joining us today and demonstrating how a seed flag works. It's an awesome feeling waving the flag around a Republic Day or an Independence Day, but then what happens afterwards? So, high time for us to be shunning those plastic straws and the usual paper flags and go for these seeded flags, which can beautifully turn into be fruitful plants. Thank you, Garima, for joining us today and wishing you all a very happy Republic Day. Let's make our India even more green and clean. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.